Hello, it's Clancy Bond, welcoming you to the first of what will be a series of GarageBand tutorials.
Okay, let's get started. What I have here is a new GarageBand file with no tracks, and what I'm going to show you today is how to add tracks and loops to a GarageBand project such as this, so you can build your own songs. The first step when working with loops is to open the loop browser. This is located in the bottom right hand corner of the project and looks kind of like an eyeball. As you can see, we have a large selection of loops to choose from. This is the musical button view when selecting loops, and is handy because it lets you choose specifically what style of loop you're looking for. I'm going to start today with some drums. So by clicking all drums, it shows me a selection of all the different drum loops that are available in GarageBand. These are all royalty free, which means that anyone's allowed to use them to create their own songs, and then that song is owned by whoever created it. The great thing about this selection form is that you can choose a style of music or a particular feel for the loop that you want to have. Today I'm going to go for jazz. You can see after I clicked the jazz button that it narrowed down my selection to just the jazz drum samples. If you want to play anyone at any point to see what it sounds like, you just click on it over here in the loop selection browser. Okay, so now that I've selected which loop I like, I'm going to add it to my project. It's really easy to do this. All you need to do is click on the loop that you're after and drag it across into your project. There we are, Lounge Jazz Drums 2. To listen to what our project sounds like at any point, we can press the space bar and it will begin playback from where the playhead is. The playhead's this red line here. By holding the mouse over the top right hand corner of the loop, you get this little circular icon, which just means loop, which is the good part about loops is all you need to do is click and drag, and it adds a whole other version of itself. It repeats. This is really handy for making a musical segment extend over more time. Now when the loop reaches its end, it'll re-loop and keep going. Of course, you don't have to do this. If you want to add an extra loop in, like if you want to change the drum part at that point, you can just drag across a variation, such as this, and then it'll change. Okay, now what if I want more than just drums? Well, that's really easy as well. All we need to do is unselect our buttons over here in the loop browser menu, and we get back to square one. We can start again. I think we should add some piano of some description because piano is nice and jazzy. We'll go for the jazz piano as well. So we've got blues jazz piano 1 and blues jazz piano 2. As you can see here, we have a little bit of information provided about each loop. What you can see here is a little icon. In this instance, it's a quaver with a green background. That means that the file is in MIDI form. We have the name of the loop, and also we have the tempo that it was originally meant for, the key which it's in, and how many beats it goes for. Also, you have this fave selection, which means you can favorite certain loops to find them easier later. We're not going to favorite any for now, but there we go. Okay, so I'm going to add in Blue Jazz Piano 1. Just like before, drag it across into a new track. See, notice how it instantly creates the track for us in the instrument that is meant to be for. Okay, so now if we want to hear what it sounds like with our new loop, we can just press play with the spacebar. What I can do now is just unselect the piano part, and it'll show me all the jazz style pieces that are available in the loops browser. If I want to add some upright bass, it's as simple as picking whichever one I like from the jazz selection and dragging it across as well. The one thing you might want to keep in mind when adding loops is that they are in the same key. Not all loops are in this MIDI form, which have this green icon with the quaver on them. Some are as sound files, such as this blue one with the waveform picture. This means that the loop isn't actually a MIDI loop like this, which we could change or alter, but is in fact a fixed audio recording of someone playing an instrument. These can still be used in the same way as loops, but you won't be able to add these into the same track as other loops that are in the MIDI form. For instance, I couldn't put this upright funk bass 23 into the same track that I have for my acoustic bass, because the acoustic bass is a software instrument and the upright funk bass is an audio recording of a real instrument. However, I can add a new track of it just beneath. You can see how they vary. This one is in the waveform format, and this one as a digital rendering of what the MIDI notes are hitting. If at any point you don't like one of the loops you're using, you can delete it simply by selecting it and pressing delete. If at any point you want to extend more than one loop at once, it's as easy as selecting them both, going to the top right hand corner of one of the loops and dragging across. Of course, you don't have to drag a loop for its full length. You can make it any length you like. If you just like an extra bar of that loop, you can make it so. Okay, so thank you for watching my quick tutorial on how to add loops to a GarageBand project. I hope it's been helpful, and stay tuned for some more.